Yo, what's going on everyone? Miles Midoriya here with the review and recap of All-American Homecoming Season 2, Episode 13. In the beginning, everyone's watching a baseball game. It comes down to Damon. He managed to get the strike and they're going to the championship. They was hyped after the game. Damon told JR they gotta stay focused and work as a team. Just then, Eastview baseball team is talking stuff online and Damon told JR and Santiago no response online. Damon said they'll deliver their response to them on the field. That dude Santiago said he never thought he'd say this, but he misses the cocky Damon. I said that's a first, but don't worry, he will pop up later in the episode. During that moment, Damon did show a little growth. Next scene, we see Simone and Keisha. They're talking about Dr. Pace and how she's back to ignoring her since the ball. She guessed since she found a loophole, she probably thought it was another instance of her challenging her. Simone let her know she was sorry and that it was supposed to be her dream semester of dance, but Keisha said she refused to let Dr. Pace stress her out. Dr. Pace just really goes in when it comes to Keisha. Either way, one of the synopses mentioned that Keisha sees her situation with Dr. Pace in a new light. What could that be? We'll just have to wait and see. They run into Nate and Nate asked if they could help quiz him. They said no and Simone said he's got this. Since they didn't do that, Nate said a distraction would be nice and brought up Damon and Simone. Simone told them it's been silent since the ball. She's not ready to give any answers yet. She doesn't know if she's ready yet. That's when Damon walked in and Keisha said she should go talk to him. Being silent isn't cool. Simone let Damon know that she owes him a conversation, but she's not ready to have it. She takes what he said and how he feels seriously. He told her if she needs more time, it's good, but no one waits forever. That was good. She said how she felt and wants to take her time. Also, Damon let her know that he's not going to be waiting around, so we might not find out that decision until the last episode. Sometime later outside, the tennis team is getting ready to get on a bus and the coach told them if they win, it ensures them a favorable seed for the NCAA tournament. And Simone did wonder where Thea was at and Coach Lonnie said she won't be joining them. They don't know where Thea's at, but we do. She must be having a challenger match trying to get into the pros, and I wonder how that's gonna go. The team felt a little discouraged without Thea there, but Simone stepped up and encouraged them. That won't be the only time she steps up. In the next scene, we see Marcus and Amara together. He got a phone call and it was from the owner of the building that they've been fighting for. He let him know that because of his financial issues, he's giving them 30 days to buy the building. Amara mentioned the grants that she applied for won't be approved that fast. Marcus brought up how the athletic department is throwing his muscle around, overriding the other pressing campus needs, which isn't a good look if something like that got out. She chimed in and said the public pressure could force the board to consider using the building for another department. Marcus said if only she had a journalist friend who loves a juicy story. Looks like they got a plan and that athletic department is not playing around, but we all know Amara would turn it into something that would be helpful for all of them. While Damon was around some of his teammates, he was looking to see if a certain someone was going to come around the corner. JR told him she isn't there, she's at a tennis match. He let him know he's not checking for Simone, which we all know he is. JR said that situationship can't be easy. Damon said, you know what, he's right, he shouldn't be worrying about that. So he asked him what's going on at the fraternity house. JR said nothing, and they ended up throwing a party. All of a sudden, the rivals showed up, the ones from earlier in the episode. Damon seen them, and he let them know they got their message. They want to talk trash about him and his team, then come to his party. Trevor said that's the fraternity's party. They have some members from it on their squad, and they heard the party was good, so they pulled up. You could tell Damon was a little bit irritated, so he's showing them around the party. Then Santiago said, guess cocky Damon is back. Man, just like we all probably thought, JR said he is, and it won't end well. We could tell that just by the way Damon was acting. Moving along on the bus, the tennis team on their phones are not getting any service. Simone asked the coach if they could play some music. She agreed. They're having fun until the cop pulled them over. The police officer didn't say much. He told the bus driver and the coach to get off the bus. Simone was wondering what was happening, but the coach told her to keep everyone calm. The ladies were scared and it was sad to see. They had no proper reason to pull them over. Nate's talking to Walinda. She wants Nate to play dirty and bring up some stuff on Nico that looks bad, and Nate doesn't want to do that. He wants to have a clean debate. In the dance department, Dr. Pace announces that the dance department will be holding a dance celebration of her work in honor of her 25+ year career, so alum and current students will be performing some of her dances. Keisha has a talk with her. She said it's an honor to be a part of the showcase, and she said the choreography that she'll be learning means a lot to her. She wants more from Keisha. She wants her best. At this point, I said, I hope Keisha doesn't start overdoing things and stress out way too much, and Dr. Pace seems to be up to something. At the party, Damon and Trevor have a challenge early instead of waiting for the baseball game. I was like, oh no, here it goes. Basically, they're going to be playing darts, and the loser has to do something embarrassing. In the next scene, Amara's talking to A.D. Taylor, and she is not playing around. She said the board is leaving it up to her to decide which department gets the building, and she has several faculty pitches for the afternoon. If he has a pitch for the athletic department, then he could reach out to her assistant. Nate walks in and he wants to speak to Amara about the campaign. Nate mentions that his campaign manager wants him to focus on the drama instead of the issues, and Amara told Nate it's more than one way to win, he gets to decide what winner he wants to be. Back on the bus, Tootie brings up how the cop looked at them and saw Bringston on the side of the bus and decided to mess with them. Simone agreed, but she was worried about Coach Lonnie. Simone stepped off the bus to check up on her, and the cop told her to get back on the bus. Coach Lonnie let her know that she was good, and then the officer that was outside saw that they were recording from the bus, and he told them to get off the bus. Coach Lonnie let them know that it'll be okay. That's when another cop showed up. I was like, it don't take that many for them to be there. The police are going through their suitcases. Simone questioned why they going through their stuff. He said they got to make sure there isn't any illegal substances on the bus, which everyone knows there isn't. Tootie was recording him, and he literally slapped the phone out of her hand. Coach Lonnie stepped up and told him to keep his hands off of them. Then they cuffed her, and the coach kept telling them that she is okay. That was rude. He didn't have to slap the phone out of Tootie's hand, and he didn't have to cuff the coach. They separated her from the rest of them. She was just trying to make sure that they were okay. At the college, Nate basically tells Melinda that he's going to be doing a debate his way and for her to respect that, and she agreed. Next scene, Keisha tells Dr. Pace that she's been studying her videos of her dancing, and she's seen a specific move that she did, and she told Keisha it's a difficult move and it's not a part of the routine. She told Keisha she should focus on the simple movements that she assigned. Keisha looks like she's going to work on that move, but y'all pay attention to what she said there. It's a difficult move and it's not a part of the routine. Remember that. We'll talk about that later. Back to the fraternity house, both of them were doing good at the game, and then Trevor started talking crap. He said the smaller HBCUs get ignored and schools like theirs get all the shine. Damon said, how'd he figure that? He said their record is better than theirs, and Santiago said that's immediate talk. And Trevor said they got Mr. MLB over there who snaps his fingers and gets whatever he wants whenever he wants. That dude Damon had it. He said he got no idea what he's talking about, and he told Trevor he's done playing the game and he left. Trevor asked JR what's wrong with him. He thought they were just talking trash. JR said he hit a particular nerve, and Santiago said he's having woman problems. Trevor seemed like he was concerned, so he's probably going to have a talk with Damon about it later. In the classroom, the debate begins, and it is not going good for Nate. Nico just started going in, and all Nate wanted to do was just have a good drama-free debate. They took a short break, and Melinda showed Nate some posts that she printed out of Nico disrespecting HBCUs and Bringston. Nate didn't believe she just found them, and she told Nate that she had them for when she thought she was going to go against Nico. Nate told her that Nico wouldn't just lose the debate, he would be ruined, and Melinda said playtime is over and to use the information. You'd think Nico would have deleted that stuff. Back to the tennis team, the ladies are getting nervous. Simone told them they have to stick together and play it smart because they are all they got. Tootie said, did she see what they did to Coach Lonnie? And Simone said they have to focus on the match. She brought up that moment that happened at Bringston, and the thing that brought them together was reclaiming their joy, so one of the teammates suggested that they do some stretches. The officer started walking over there, and Simone let him know that her mother is a lawyer. She knows about the illegal search and seizure laws, and they have no probable cause and no search warrants to search that bus, so there could be a lawsuit loading. Amar and Marcus are having a talk, and he notices that there are a lot of departments trying to give their pitches. He asked her if there were any good ones, and she said all departments could use an upgrade, but some of the pitches don't feel right. She doesn't want to make the wrong decision. Marcus let her know she knows better than anyone what would improve the lives of everybody on the campus. Over at the dance studio, Keisha's practicing the routine. She struggled a little bit trying to do the move Dr. Pace told her not to focus on, and she finally got it. The scene goes to Simone and the team. The police officer said they were good to go. Simone asked them the stuff they threw in the dirt, are they going to help them clean it up? They finally let the coach go, and she said she assumes they didn't find what they were looking for. He said no and apologized. The coach told the team she's going to call about them being late. The coach came back and told them that the matches have already started. They're not willing to make an exception for them, and they'll have to forfeit. Jade had asked did she tell them why they were late, and she said she did. Simone said if they forfeit, it means their season is over, and the coach did apologize. That was horrible. They couldn't even help that, and now they had to forfeit their matches. They didn't even get a chance to play. Trevor finds Damon and he has a talk with him. Damon didn't want to talk to him at first, but Trevor told him that him and his girlfriend broke up last semester and it threw him off. He said, don't get him wrong, he studied them for months now, and the great Damon Sims is a cocky jerk, but not that much. What did she do? He said nothing. Trevor said he must be waiting for a call and taking it out on them. He assumes he's waiting for her to make a move or figure something out. Trevor told him whatever it is, put a clock on it. She got until a certain time to give him an answer, reclaim his life and his pride. Damon said, what if she doesn't respond? He told him sometimes no response is a response. Damon said since he's been acting up, what's up with him? Trevor said he loves his school, but he's tired of smaller HBCUs not being in the conversation. Damon said that has nothing to do with him, and Trevor said he's right. Maybe he threw a little extra shade his way. He said it was his bad, and are they done talking about their emotions now? Damon said yeah, and it's time for him to get beat in darts. Nate shows Nico the social media post that he made and he got nervous. He gave him two options: the post will be mentioned or they play fair, and Nico hurried up and agreed to play fair. Then the scene goes to the dance studio. Here's where the wild part happens. Keisha and the others are auditioning in front of Dr. Payson, another lady, for the solo. Keisha did the move and she got injured. The lady there said that the move was banned and she didn't understand why Dr. Pace assigned that. Dr. Pace said that was not a part of the choreography, that was rehearsed, and the other students can attest to that. She specifically told Keisha not to do that move, but she did it anyway. She said it's no surprise since she has a history of flaunting the rules. Keisha was trying to say something, but the lady told her because of her injury she couldn't perform in a retrospective. Remember what Dr. Pace said earlier? She told Keisha it was a difficult move and it's not a part of the routine anymore, but she never said it was banned, and she probably knew Keisha was going to practice that move when she said it was difficult. On the bus, Simone is talking to Amara. She tells her what happened and she told Simone she'll be there when she gets off the bus. Tootie went to go talk to her and she let her know that she did her thing today. She said she kept them calm, kept their nerves intact, and kept them from doing something that could have gotten them. She stopped and she said when the season first started, she wanted the ladies not to like her. It was her goal to make sure no one followed her, and if she succeeded, maybe someone from the team wouldn't be coming home. Simone said that was one of the scariest moments of her life, and Tootie said her too. They went through a scary moment, but I'm glad Tootie is getting along with Simone. Even though that was a bad moment, it looks like it's making all of them closer. At the fraternity house, Damon's team win. Trevor and his team was going to do what they all agreed if the team lost, but JR got a text from the coach about the women's tennis team getting profiled by the cops and having to forfeit their season. They was upset. JR said they can't just have fun and play sports. Damon said that's why HBCUs are important, because they already try to tear them down. They can't be a part of that. Damon said the game was over at that point. Trevor mentioned about them losing again, and JR said they don't have to do that anymore. Every image of an HBCU matters. What their sisters are going through right now drives that point home even harder. Damon said their matchup is going to be one of the biggest HBCU matchups in sports, and they'll show them a healthy competition, but right now their sisters need them. Trevor said let them know that they all have their back. Later we see Nico talking to Nate, and he thanks him for not using a social media post. He didn't know how much that place would change his life, and Nate said that's why they should run a clean race and let the students decide who's best to lead, and he agreed. Well, Linda walked over to Nate and said that she impressed her, and also that Amar has called him a few times. Coach Lonnie was feeling bad. She felt like she wasn't able to keep them safe, and that one day she hopes that they could forgive her. Simone let her know that she speaks for everyone, that she didn't fail them. She showed them exactly what strength looks like, because she's also in the business of being an example they need exactly when they need it. You could tell she was still down about the whole thing even after Simone said all that, but Coach Lonnie did do the best that she could to make sure that they were okay. Before Jade left, she told Simone to check her email. She'll send her something, which it was a video of the situation. Amar wondered how she was able to record it. Simone said they probably was too focused on Tootie and missed her. Simone was like, why did Jade send her the video? Amara let her know that she uses reason and logic to figure out what to do. Just then, she got an idea and asked Amara could she use her place for the night. Keisha's talking to Nate about the whole dance situation. Nate asked her does she think Dr. Pace set her up. She said she didn't tell her the move was banned, and she said she wasn't good enough to do it. Nate said knowing full well those are fighting words, and Keisha would attempt to prove her wrong. Keisha had enough of it. She said she's going to do whatever it takes to force Dr. Pace out of Brixton. Man, that was the last straw for Keisha. Simone gathered all the ladies to talk about releasing the video. Jade was nervous because she was the one that recorded it. Simone said they're all in it and she wanted to get everyone's approval. They agreed and they posted it. Amara went to go see Coach Lonnie and she let her know that she won because every single woman made it back home. She was the one handcuffed in the backseat of a police cruiser for the crime of protecting those ladies. Don't she dare think she failed them. That is not in her DNA. Lonnie said they can't get away with it, and Amara said she won't let them. I'm glad she had that talk with her because she did do her best and she wanted to make sure the ladies were calm during that situation. Amara went to go visit Marcus and she told him that he carried the mental wellness of the entire campus on his back. What he did for Cam and Thea, who also found outside help. She said she's making the new building into a mental wellness center. A place where students and faculty can go and get the support they need. That is a good decision by her. It will help out a lot of people. The baseball team sent messages to the tennis team supporting them, letting them know that they there for them, and that's where the episode ends. Overall, that was a good episode. They got put into a serious situation. They was able to handle it a little. The emotion from everyone during that situation and after was on point. Like, you could just see and tell the emotion that they had from it. It's going to be an interesting next episode. Comment below, what did you think about the episode and what was your favorite part from it? Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.